Should you still be buying XRP right now? I get this question every single day, at least 20 or 30 times. And let me break it down for you real simply. Why would you not? If you really understand well why you would not, it makes everything so much easier. So let's start there. Why would you not go ahead and buy yourself some cryptos right now? Because there's two different parts. Why would you not buy any crypto right now? Or why specifically wouldn't you buy XRP now or ever? Why wouldn't you buy crypto? Because the run is over, because it's all a scam. Why wouldn't you buy XRP? Because it's never going to go up from here, or because another coin is going to do better. So then the response to that should probably be like, well, so what else? What should you go for then? And very often they respond again with saying, yeah, that's my question. What should I buy? So again, we start. The fact of the matter is, that's what I'm trying to get to here. You can ask me about any single coin. This is just some of the most trending coins right now. And you can ask the same question. But it all starts with one basis. Are you bullish on crypto, yes or no? For me, the answer is yes. I believe in the cyclical nature of Bitcoin. I believe if you look back on this video in 6 months from now, Bitcoin will be above $200,000, probably way higher, but let's just say $200,000. Ethereum will be above probably $8,000. XRP will probably be above maybe $10, maybe $15. I just believe this from the bottom of my heart. So now, if we put that out of the way, because if you already say, but Dusty, can't it go down right now? Yes, it could. But if you do not believe in crypto, then get out, go away. Because that's the basis of buying any crypto. That you got to believe that the tech is here to stay. And more importantly, that the run is basically in full effect. I believe the best part hasn't even happened yet. Some people disagree. But they're just end of conversation right there if you do not believe in crypto at all. So the more important one and the more interesting one to tackle is why XRP over any other coin? Why am I bullish on this coin specifically? And the long story short is that I believe there's a lot of built up, hey, it was up 589 by the way, but there's a lot of built up pressure within XRP from the community. I believe that because it's gone down for so many years in a row, and we realize the community is just here to stay, they're not going to sell this freaking coin. I don't think anybody that's in the XP community at this point would ever settle the loss. That's one. Second of all, they're not satisfied until we see like a freaking $1,000 XRP. So if these people are just not selling, it was able to go down 90%, 99%. And it still came back from the dead. And right now it's back at like freaking what, $2.50 after going to 10 cents. The fact that it was able to do that, no, that makes me way too excited about the future because these people just don't sell. And I kind of belong to that group. But so a big test I always like to do with these cryptos is, have they gone through a minus 90% cycle, for the longevity wise, for the coins that have to stay for like 20 years, have they gone through it and were they able to recover back to previous all-time highs or, some close to previous levels? XRP passed that test gloriously because even 7, 8 years later, it was able to do it, right? That's a very important feat. Now, I can talk more about, oh yeah, they're trying to do this in the payment realm, but it mostly comes down to, well, the higher up on the rankings of the coin market cap, for example, the higher the guarantee of success over a bull run is, meaning XRP has a higher rate of success than a coin all the way down here. That does not mean I'm not bullish on coins at the bottom here. It just means that if I pick a random set of 5 coins out of the top 100, I expect the general populace to be more, the crypto holders, to be more sure that the higher up on the ranking it is, the higher the likelihood that coin is going to be around for the next 10, 25 years. Not universally true, but I'm just saying, if you scroll down more, these are more volatile. So there's more gain potential, but there's also a higher chance that they basically fluke. And again, you might add that the higher up it is, the more money's locked in it right now, the less it can gain. And I believe that's also true, but that's the balancing effect we got to do. So again, to balance it out, XRP, in my opinion, like my own opinion, not financial advice. Let's make this clear. Not financial advice, right? In my opinion, 99.9% guarantee of crazy gains. And I'm talking at least $10, but I personally think $25, something like that, is even possible. It's possible, in my opinion, right? $1.5 trillion or something like that for XRP. I don't think it's that crazy, but hey, we could be conservative and say $7.50, so a 3x from here. If we go down the ranking, there's a lot of coins I don't think can even do that or will do that. A lot of coins in this list. There's some coins I do believe, like 𝗵𝗵, I believe it can easily go to about 80, 90 billion. So, an 8x or whatever. But then it comes back to, well, there's also a chance that another meme is going to take over and really become the placeholder. And it's also the fact that I believe this one, like a 𝗕𝗃, for example, will be more volatile than a coin at the top. So that also means that I think if they go down, a coin like this might be going down more than another one. So it's always just a little wishy-washy. All these coins here, most of them, now, okay, not all of them, but most of them can still do a 10x pretty easily from where they're at today. Some coins, as you go down lower, maybe even the second page, can probably even still do more than a 100x. To name an example, Aether here, it's at 450 mil, right? But it's one of the top coins in its field. There's a lot of coins I can name here. If they were to 10x, nobody would be like, oh, whoa, that's great. No, it's like a nothing. It's a nothing in the grand scheme of the crypto market to go to like 4.5 billion or something like that. As again, these top coins, Bitcoin is in the trillions. A lot of coins are in the $10 billion range, for example. And a lot of them just start making that come up out of nothing. Virtuals just did a 4x or so in a month. Now, all of a sudden, the 50th spot. And now it's a coincidence that I heard about it before they swapped their token to New Virtual. But it was basically a nothing until like a month ago. Almost nobody cared about it. All of a sudden, it's at the top of the top. You can get lucky with a coin at the bottom and you just make it out. 𝗂𝗂, for example, almost nobody talked about it until like last month. Again, a lot of these coins, they do rebrands, so you might have seen, the previous name, Clayton, for example, you might have seen before, but it didn't have any hype. All of a sudden, because it started gaining, it had all the hype. Arrow. Okay, a different one. It's different when those coins are like newer or have something more particular to them. I'm just saying, when it comes to the crypto market, you can be certain or greedy. And they're not necessarily, neither of them are bad traits nor good traits necessarily. So when I'm saying certain, I mean, if you go for Bitcoin, in my opinion, you have a 99, okay, I'm going to say 100%, but that's my own opinion. Let's just say 99.9% guarantee of making some crazy returns on it. The lower down you go, the lower that guarantee chance is, on the offset being the higher the gain potential is. With Bitcoin, it ain't going to do a 15x this season. It's not, right? I want it to. Sure, I want, but it's not going to do that. At least I'm 99.9% convinced it won't. The lower down the ranking you go, the higher of a chance you're just going to see like a random 10x one week. So to get back to it, why a coin then that number 3? Well, because you've got that crazy gain potential, while on the opposite side having that very high guarantee. So it's a risk reward offset that I think for XRP is really good because of all that built up pressure, that built up hype that's yet to really reveal itself at like a $2.60. I think it really needs to beat its old all-time high and then start going, just like how Ethereum beat its all-time high of like what, $1,500 or $2,000 back in 2021 that XRP did not do. So from that perspective, I think the gains are just way, way, way higher with this coin, while the certainty of gains is still very, very high. It's just a really good risk-reward ratio. By the way, guys, if you want to trade crypto like I'm doing in most of these videos, you can check out the links down below to 𝗏𝗏FIN or WeX, and also make sure you press that like button if you haven't done it yet. Just quickly press it like that. Why not? So now comes the question of, okay, when to buy? So if I look at a thing like this cyclical part here, if you look at the previous cycle, you look at this, right? And you're asking me, hey, when to buy? Right now. You're asking me, but I look back at the 2021. I would say if you just bought anywhere from, let's just say, ever, all the way up until right here. So let's just say up until October 2021, right? Maybe even slightly later, up until November 7th, whatever, like this week right here, 2021, you would have been fine. Anywhere in the past of that, you would have been fine. Here, you would have been screwed for a little bit. Even if you bought right there, like that week, you bought at the top of the top. You'd still be fine because right now, you see, we're still up how much? Let's just say 100% or so from whatever we were at back then. Almost 100%, right? Slightly lower, but you get it. So even if you bought the Pico top right here, you got unlucky. All you have to do is just buy your way down for a couple months, maybe a year or two. And right now, you'd be in a ton of profit as we speak. So again, to kind of relate that back, when to buy? Anytime. It doesn't matter when you buy. All you got to do is just buy and stick with it. Stick to your guts. Stick with your conviction and make sure you buy the dip. Now, remember why I keep showing this? If you don't know, over the last day or so, I've also been showing you guys that if you just consistently buy the dip like I've been doing here, our first buy was right there, second buy right there, third buy right there. Average price, I don't even know, but let's just say it's about right here, maybe 261. Right now, we're in a tiny bit of profit in a short amount of time. Why? Because we averaged our way down. We also were buying before that. Here you can see I bought right there, I bought right there. I just buy anytime. It doesn't really matter to me. If you look, let me quickly grab a 1 hour chart. So what I described before, like a couple weeks back when we were streaming, because this is our trading account that we started with $250, I might add. I said, even if you start buying the top $2.90 per XRP, I still think you could turn this into a ton of money as long as you're just being conservative with your initial buys. So the example there, if you bought 100 XRP at the start and then bought your way down like I described right there, your average price would be 208. And at the price earlier today of 273, that could have been a couple $1,000s profit within a month. on like, let's just call it a 50%, slightly less than that, 50% gain in less than a month, even though you bought literally at the worst possible point, the highest possible point. As long as you had confidence, you kept buying your way down, you'd be fine. And that's what I'm trying to show again today, that even though we luckily bought ourselves that dip right there as well, or I guess right after the RLUSD was announced, you can see we had a really awful buy there, pretty high. We bought our way down, and right now we're on the up and up. So if we bought significantly the moment it went to 255, right now as it's back to 264, we'd be up a couple percent. And so the goal in bull markets is just average your way down, especially if you're afraid. But even if you don't, even if you just buy once, all you need, because we're in such a good market, is patience. And logically, again, I cannot guarantee you this, but I personally think so. If you look back in the future, we'll be up from where we are today. So it becomes more a question of, well, if you're afraid of buying, are you only afraid because another coin might do better? But that's the risk. And in my opinion, that's the only risk. And that's why you look at whatever the current trend is. So if you're asking me, should I buy right now? I would say yes. And you buy your way down lower. That's what I would do. Me personally. But that's more for people that don't have any or that have a really high average price. Then I would say, yeah, buy whenever and buy your way down. Me personally, I always buy. So let's say, for example, even if I buy at $1, I'll still buy at $1.70 whenever the price goes down a lot, because I just want to get more quantity in, and you can sell it on the way back up. It doesn't really matter where you started too much in the grand scheme of things. It's not going to matter very far down the road. The only point it matters at is, like, for example, right here, where we were able to turn $1,200 into $36,000, or you can see all the trades that we did, right? So these are all really, really high P&Ls. So relatively, they look really, really cool. And that's why I'm not really actively buying here too much, mostly because it looks cool. It's the honest truth, right? We're able to turn $1,000 into $20,000 with Dogecoin, or $1,300 into $23,000 with Bitcoin, actually 31 in total, but you get the drift. The moment I get my average price up, it doesn't look as cool anymore, which is why we also open an account here so I can prove to you guys, because I believe this is true, right? If I just buy my way down always, or really buy at any point and just keep it up, I will be fine. So the answer to your question is, if you're asking me, should you be buying? The profit won't lie. You'll keep seeing it. Just keep watching these videos again and again, and you'll notice exactly why. I don't think it matters. And if it go down to $2 like before, right? We buy that dip also. Can I quickly find it where we... here. So we went down all the way to 189. I don't fade. You think I'm getting scared? No. We're buying that freaking dip like you should be thinking of instead of getting fearful. But mostly, people that like to buy when things go up and sell when things go down because they get afraid, that's how you lose money. Do the opposite and you'll succeed, in my opinion. But yeah, that's about it. If you want to trade, like I said, you can check out the links down below to places like Blowfin. That's what I'm using to trade right now. Again, link is down below. Join our team. A lot of bonuses to be got. And also, we're going to do a couple of cool giveaways and competitions. So you want to be in, and make sure you put that notification on so you never miss out on another video. And by the way, the same story I just described can be kind of said for coins like XLM, for example. And there's a couple other coins that are in a similar sort of field, but they'll have slightly different risks to rewards. But again, it's hard to name one benefit over the other in the sense that they are slightly different in what they do. So why XRP over XLM, for example? Yeah, there's some good parts, there's some bad parts. Why a Solana over another one? Yeah, some good parts, some bad parts. Why a HBAR over another one? Some good parts, some bad parts. But it always comes down to risk to reward. It always comes back down to that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's about it.